Elon Musk explains how much personal pain Tesla has caused him, including professional pain. Speaking at the B Word, a conference about Bitcoin, Musk said that Tesla could play a role in helping the Bitcoin industry transition to clean energy. Then got wistful about his struggles with Tesla. In a Twitter exchange with fans after the Bitcoin conference, Musk wrote that Tesla is still not quite done. That was a quote, not quite done getting to quote volume production of its custom designed 4680 battery cells. He also acknowledged that Tesla sold Maxwell Technologies' ultra capacitor business and other assets to San Diego based startup called Yuka Power. Welcome back, dear friends. This is Armen Harayan from TalkNews.com. Please subscribe to our channel for daily Tesla news and ring the bell so you don't miss my next Tesla coverage, and give us thumbs up, please. So, Tesla CEO Elon Musk said Wednesday that his electric vehicle and solar business could help Bitcoin miners switch to renewable energy, but it is currently limited by tight supply of battery cells. He also acknowledged that Tesla is still not manufacturing its custom designed 4680 battery cells for commercial use in electric cars or energy storage systems, reports Laura Kolodny at CNBC. She writes that the comments came during an appearance at the B Word conference, like I said before, which was focused on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. During panel Square Crypto lead Steve Lee asked Musk what the energy intensive Bitcoin industry can do to accelerate the transition to renewable energy, and could Tesla Energy play a role? Elon Musk replied the following. He said, quote, "Well, I think Tesla can play a role," end of the quote. Then the 50-year-old CEO of Tesla broke into a reflective moment, implying that Tesla's entire reason for existence was to transition the world to clean energy. Musk said, "I would say I have had some pretty tough life experiences, and Tesla's probably responsible for two-thirds of all personal and professional pain combined to give you a sense of perspective there." Tesla's energy business. Tesla has been selling commercial and residential solar installations since acquiring SolarCity in 2016 for around $2.6 billion, a deal that landed Musk in a Delaware court this month, if you remember. But before it got into the solar business, Tesla created and began selling energy storage products in 2015, including a backup battery for homes called the Powerwall, and larger batteries that can store solar or wind energy generated intermittently, so it is available for use whenever utilities need it. Tesla has installed a number of these utility scale energy storage systems. Musk reminded his audience on Wednesday that that have helped utilities with load leveling the grid, including in South Australia and elsewhere. In fact, I have another piece of news coming from Australia today, so stick with me, please. But he noted in that conference that the battery production was currently constraining production. In fact, the limiting factor for us right now is cell production. So we need to both internally get out Tesla internal battery cells produced, as well as increase supply from suppliers. And like I said, in a moment, I'm going to tell you what Tesla today did in terms of securing more non-China nickel supply from Australia. Musk also repeated that even once Tesla can make its own battery cells, it will still rely on other battery cell makers. Its current cell suppliers include Panasonic, LG, and CATL. By the way, LG just dethroned CATL. Generally, when I talk to our suppliers and they say, "How many cells would you like?" I say, "How many cells can you make?" You know, because sometimes they are concerned, is Tesla gonna compete with them on cells? I'm like, no, if you want to make the cells, be our guest. It's just that we need a crazy number of batteries. In a Twitter exchange with fans after the Bitcoin conference, Musk wrote that Tesla is still not quite done getting to volume production of its custom designed 4680 battery cells. Here's what Elon Musk said in that regard. Here's a quote from his tweet. Ironic indeed, as I was at one point going to do my PhD at Stanford on high energy density capacitors for use in electric vehicles. But lithium ion has it covered. Even with no advances in lithium ion technology, it's possible to transition Earth to sustainable energy. Dry electrode is a key piece, one of many pieces of the puzzle for lowering cost of lithium batteries. That said, it has required an immense amount of engineering to take Maxwell's proof of concept to high quality volume production, and we're still not quite done, said Elon Musk. Friends, he also acknowledged that Tesla sold Maxwell Technologies' ultracapacitor business and other assets to a San Diego-based startup called UCOP Power. Have you heard of UCOP Power? I had not. So to UCOP Power, which is led by Gordon Schenk, previously Tesla's VP of Sales for its Maxwell division. Tesla initially acquired Maxwell in 2019 in a deal valued over $200 million. The exact terms of the sale to UCOP Power were not disclosed, but may be discussed when Tesla holds its second quarter earnings call on Monday, July 26. So we'll see about that. If you guys have any guess how much Tesla may have made or lost on that, let me know, please. So finally, at the B World conference, Musk said energy storage systems combined with solar and wind weren't the only ways to transition Bitcoin to cleaner energy. He endorsed existing hydropower, geothermal, and nuclear energy to reduce the environmental impact of Bitcoin mining. My experience is not like that the energy production must be pure at the driven snow, but it also cannot be using the world's dirtiest coal, which it was for a moment there. So you know that's just difficult for Tesla to support in that situation. I do think long-term renewable energy will actually be the cheapest form of energy. It just doesn't happen overnight. I agree with Elon Musk. It will take some time, friends, and we're getting there step by step. Now, speaking of Tesla Energy that I just made, that I have a news from Australia, Tesla and BHP, a global mining company in Australia, signed a nickel supply agreement with each other recently. BHP will supply Tesla with nickel from its Nickel West asset in Western Australia. The mining company assured that its Nickel West asset is one of the most sustainable and lowest carbon emission nickel producers in the world. Tesla will also help BHP identify energy storage solutions to lower its carbon emissions during operations and increase the mining company's use of renewable energy. So Tesla will have more nickel coming for its batteries, which are non-China based, because China is playing a major role in that regard. Friends, let me know what your thoughts are about Tesla's move on nickel supply from Australia. Also, Elon Musk's self-reflective comments on his professional and personal pain, and also that Tesla is not done yet with 4680 batteries. This is Armin Harayan from TorqueNews.com. Please subscribe in our channel for daily Tesla news. Tweet this out, give us thumbs up. We would greatly appreciate it. I'll look forward to hearing your comments. And if you guys have any tips, please send me on Twitter. Many of you are already connecting with me on Twitter at TorqueNewsAuto handle, and also send me video materials if you would like them to be featured at our Torque News YouTube channel. Have a great day. God bless you, everyone, and I'll see you soon in our next report.